The Daily News Online presents Inside High School Sports. Brought to you by the Tonawanda Valley Federal Credit Union with your host Alex BRASKY and Nate Ryder.
Hello everybody and welcome to yet another episode of Inside High School Sports. My name's Alex BRASKY. No Nate Ryder this week, although he did help contribute to our segments coming up later on in the show where we will honor our Coach of the Year and Athlete of the Year for the Batavia Daily News. Myself and Nate, along with sports editor Chris Metcalf, sat down. A couple tough decisions we had to make, but in the end, I believe we came up with three worthy honorees. But first and foremost, we'd like to honor our sponsor, Tonawanda Valley Federal Credit Union. At TVFCU, we know members love our low loan rates and our low account fees, but our expert staff is really what everyone raves about. If you are not a member, consider joining and learn why our TVFCU members are considered friends, family, and fans. New members are always welcome. Stop in at 10 Jefferson Square, that's behind Wendy's, in Batavia. All right, we'll get right to it, beginning with our Coach of the Year, Tom REDBAND from Elba. REDBAND has led the Lady Lancers girls basketball team to 4 straight sectional titles, an impressive win in this year's sectional title. They were unable to pursue a Far West regional title and a state title due to the COVID-19 pandemic, but that didn't stop REDBAND from taking home Coach of the Year honors for 2020.
D2 championship trophy to the captain and coach of the Elba Lady Lancers.
It's been an incredible run here with the girls basketball team. What do you think has led to the success that the Lady Lancers have found over the past 4 years and beyond?
I think it's definitely like you got to give the players all the credit in the world. You know, they bought in from a really young age. They accepted different roles and they put the work in. You know, when nobody's watching. I think you could bring in Gino Oriema to a team, but if you have players that aren't willing to work, then none of that's really going to matter. So I give all the credit to the players. They've done a great job.
Now, when you took the job years ago, it was kind of a different task to take on than a lot of coaches find. You're taking over for a legendary coach. The program was already in good shape. What was the dynamic like taking a program that was already successful and just trying to maintain? Is that something different you think that you experienced, and what was that experience like, I guess?
Yeah, it's certainly got its own set of challenges. You know, trying to, you know, we had a new set of players. You know, when I came in, we had Kelsey Bizon kind of carried over as the only senior, then, you know, a pretty solid junior group, and Alex Regal as a sophomore. But it's definitely a different set of challenges trying to take over and maintain a program that's had a lot of success in the past. I think you just try to do the best you can and, you know, get the nitty-gritty done with the players. I don't think you can substitute just getting the girls in the gym and put work in and trying to improve them and not trying to worry about trying to live up to any type of expectation. I don't think that's really a real healthy way to go about it for the players either.
Now, this group that you have now, they've been together the past couple of years, and they'll be together again next year. What is so special about this group that you coached this year?
Well, I think they definitely were very bought in from the moment I met them. So they would have been in fifth grade, sixth grade when I came in. Some of them in fourth. You know, there's been a lot of girls that have been mixed in throughout the years that have played a role, but you know, they just were willing to listen and they were eager from the get-go to do work, to do tournaments. It wasn't like pulling teeth. And I think a lot of players, they have some, you know, natural ability if they're willing to get in the gym and you know, follow the coach, and they were, and the parents were too, and so they kind of got off to a really fast start. So we were able to gel. You know, they got the fundamentals down right away. Then from there, we were able to get into more of the complex skill development, and then from there, you're just kind of fine tuning and trying to get past that certain plateau point, and they continue to get better.
And you really touched on my next question there. What are going to be some of the challenges moving forward to keep them hungry and keep them pursuing the championships that you guys continue to win?
Yeah, we go into all these seasons and I look at the schedule and I never think we're going to win them all. I don't. I think it's nice to, but it's not realistic. But we're probably right now favored. We're favored in if you want to call it that. So, that's also a different dynamic, knowing that if we lose, if we don't play well, it's a shocking loss and this and that. We know it's not. And just trying to keep our eye on the ball for the big picture and know that if we're playing well, if we're working hard in the middle of the season, might be cliche, but we try not to get too high or low in the middle of the season with a win or loss, and just make sure we're where we want to be for our sectionals and hopefully a state run.
Now, for a coach, the community that you coach in is really important. How much does the community of Elba really play into the success not only of your program but all the programs there at the high school?
Yeah, they say it takes a village to raise a kid. It's the same with the basketball program. A coach can't do it ourselves. The assistant coaches can't do it. We have so much support in Elba. There's nowhere I'd rather coach basketball than Elba. Great following, really great support, and it really starts from when they're young. And again, there's that whole support system of different people that don't even have kids on the team, that have never even had kids in the program, and they come out game after game and see us travel. And I just can't thank them enough for that continued support, win or lose.
Tonawanda Valley Federal Credit Union, we have members of all types. From Blue Devils to Knights to Dragons and Leprechauns, we have solutions for all their financial needs. We not only provide checking and savings accounts, but also loans for vehicles and student loans. Our members also enjoy exclusive benefits through our scorecard rewards programs. To become a member, you can stop by our office in downtown Batavia or give us a call. Tonawanda Valley Federal Credit Union, local, personal, and owned by members.
All right, next up, our Girls Athlete of the Year, BRIANNA Smith from Oakfield, Alabama. BRIANNA Smith, the all-time leading scorer in Oakfield, Alabama girls basketball history, recorded 1,000 points last season and broke the all-time record this year. She helped the Hornets win a sectional championship last year, but a young Hornets team, which also had to endure a couple of tough injuries this year, was unable to reach the mountaintop, but that didn't stop BRIANNA Smith from achieving a Player of the Year level season.
It's been a long career for you. It's finally coming to a close. Just looking back at your time in Oakfield, what's the most memorable aspect you think of all those years you spent on the court of the field?
Definitely winning sectionals my junior year last year. It was really fun to have that bond with the girls, and really just playing with any teammate that I've had. They're all such good players, and it was just so fun.
Now that it's come to an end, and you've had time to reflect back on it, what are some of the emotions like when you look back on your career?
Most of it was all really exciting. We had pretty good seasons since I've been on the team, and it was just really fun to be a part of. I mean, some were really sad, letting all the players go, because they all became really good friends with me, but it was a really good career.
Now you're moving on to Buff State, correct? And you're playing two different sports. What are the challenges going to be playing two different sports in college, you think, and how much are you looking forward to it?
Definitely just managing them. I know, because volleyball and basketball will kind of merge into each other, and getting to all the practices and getting my schoolwork done is going to be a tough thing to do, but I'm hoping that I can do it. How
fortunate do you feel that, some players, we just spoke with Colton, he's leaving a couple sports behind. How fortunate do you feel that you're going to be able to play those two sports moving forward?
Honestly, I feel honored. I love the fact that I could play both of them and just be able to do what I love in college.
Now, how exciting was it playing in front of the Oakfield community all these years?
It was so much fun. I had people that I didn't even know coming up to me, congratulating me, saying good luck before games, sending me stuff, the little girls on the Pee-wee teams. It was so much fun, and I just loved their support.
Now, over the years, you were always kind of the young player on the team that was coming along, but this year it was kind of a new situation. There was a bunch of young players, and you were the old player. How much different was that dynamic, and how much did you learn from that experience this year?
I definitely learned a lot from the girls before me, so I think it really pushed me to be a leader for the girls this year, and like the younger girls coming up. Like, they all have the potential, they just need to be pushed a little bit more, even by a player, not just Mr. Schlag.
Now that you're leaving Oakfield behind and your high school career is over, what's some advice that you would give to current and future high school athletes?
Work hard. Everything happens for a reason during those games. If you have a bad game, just, stick with it, and the next one's going to be even better.
All right, and finally, our boys athlete of the year, Colton Dillon from Elba. The boys basketball team from Elba made it all the way to the sectional final this year, and Colton Dillon achieved not one milestone but 2 individual milestones this season, eclipsing the 1,000 point mark early in the year and then eclipsing Elba's all-time scoring record later on in the year. It's been an incredible athletic career for Colton Dillon. He also helped the Oakfield, Alabama Elba 8-man football team win its second straight sectional title this year. So I believe it was kind of a no-brainer to decide on Colton Dillon for our Batavia Daily News Boys Athlete of the Year.
All right, Colton, long road in your high school athletic career. When you look back on it, what do you think you'll remember most about your time spent at Elba and all the different sports?
I'd probably say just the memories I made with everybody. Even like the memories I made with my brother when he played basketball, and all the older kids when they played, and all the younger kids that I've had been looking up to me now. So it's just gonna be tough to move on, but I'm definitely gonna miss making memories with all my teammates and stuff like that.
Now, what are the emotions like over these last weeks and months? Obviously, spring sports were canceled. Just coming to the realization that your career is in fact over. What have the emotions been like?
Well, I'm kind of mad about track because I was chasing the long jump record this year, but really there's nothing you can do about it. It is what it is. You just got to keep going and got to get ready for college.
Now, looking forward to college, how excited are you for that? And although it's obviously still up in the air what's going to be decided here with the whole COVID-19, but how excited are you for the next stage of your career?
I'm excited. Just to start, kind of start fresh, I guess, and get that college life, whatever it is. But just to start fresh, like playing football and start a new position, and just try to get out of the town that I've been in my whole life. It's gonna be different for sure.
Now, speaking of that town you've been in your whole life, Elba, a tight-knit community. How much do you think the tight-knit community and all the friendships you made, and like you said, how close you were with your teammates, how much do you think that played into your overall success?
Oh, it's meant a lot because, like, since I was little, like, everybody that supported me, they've supported me until where I am now. So, just having everybody behind me and pushing me to be better is just a great feeling for sure.
Now, for young athletes out there who might be watching, what are a few key things for them to focus on in order to become a successful athlete? When you look back, what do you think helped you the most get you where you are today?
No matter what anybody says, you can be the best at whatever you do. That's what I always try to live by, to be the best in whatever I do. No matter if it's school, basketball, football, track, whatever it is, I want to be the best.
Now, being a 3-sport athlete, do you think that also played a role in your success? Just never really having any downtime, just always staying fit and into it with the different sports and staying fresh like that?
Yeah, for sure. Especially when track came around, I was definitely my best shape then, making me run like miles and all that stuff. But yeah.
Now you're gonna have to leave a couple sports behind here. Obviously, you're going on to play football. How tough is it going to be not being able to play those other 2 sports?
It's going to be really tough for basketball. I mean, track, that's just trying to show out my athleticism, I would say. But I'm definitely going to miss basketball. I've had a lot of good memories in that. Breaking all the records and stuff like that, it's definitely going to be hard to be with.
All right, and that's going to do it for this week's episode of Inside High School Sports, brought to you by Tonawanda Valley Federal Credit Union. It was a great high school season. We look forward to next year And I believe there's many more accomplishments to come, many more titles to be won. Let's just hope we can get in each season beginning with the fall. My name's Alex BRASKY for the Batavia Daily News, signing off for another episode of Inside High School Sports. We'll see you next week.